So I've got two different concepts there. Again, we're just focusing on short-term holders, but there's two indicators, and these are actually almost like, they're siblings. We've got the classic MVRV, right? Market value to realized value. This indicator is showing you the unrealized profit or loss held by this cohort. It has a similar metric called SOPR, which is the spent or the realized profit or loss. So both of these indicators are showing you a dimensionless parameter. It's basically the average profit or loss held by short-term holders or the average profit and loss locked in by short-term holders. This is a really, really important concept, is we have the unspent domain, the supply domain, the unrealized, the MVRV, and we have the volume, the spending, the realized profit and loss, and SOPR. They are describing the same phenomena, but one is an implied metric, how much profit or loss are they in, and how much did they actually take. Now, what we've done here is just applied very, very simple 155-day mean plus or minus one standard deviation. So just some very, very simple statistics. Obviously, these can be calibrated to look at when you actually get some kind of extreme that's meaningful for any strategies that you're working through. But really, we just got a very simple one standard deviation. Now we can see that on both of these local highs, when all of the short-term holders were in profit, we can see that their profits were actually meaningful, right? The amount of profit they were in is now statistically meaningful. And these typically occur around these market peaks. Likewise, when we get some kind of major drawdown, lots of short-term holders suddenly fall into a loss. They fall into a loss. Is it statistically meaningful? Well, in this instance, it actually was. And on both of these dips, we actually did at the very least get some kind of a bounce, or the price was arrested. And we get some kind of a regime shift on the more small-scale time frame. Now, if you follow this channel, you know that we love to look for confluence. So since MVRV is an unrealized profit and loss, they may or they may not action it. And generally speaking, when you get confluence where they are actually realizing those profits, it's one thing to be in profit. It's another thing to actually create the sell side that would put that top in. So you're actually looking for when both of these things are firing off, again, from whatever kind of statistical or banding model that you wanted to use, but really looking for these events where both the implied profit and loss and the actualized profit and loss line up. We've got a couple of our signals dashboards as well that focus on this particular property. You want to look at both the unrealized and the realized together. Then you've got your implied, your actualized, and a really cohesive message between the two.